There's a lot of card games out there where if you get dealt a really, really strong hand, you know you're just going to plow through and win. Maybe it's not that interesting. Hungarian Tarokk, yeah, I mean, it can kind of look like that too, but what you have to know in this game is that with the system of all the announcements and the extra bonuses that you can win, if you get a really, really strong hand, it is critical that you maximize as many points as you can get out of it. Because if you don't, in 3 or 4 hands' time, when one of the other players gets a really, really strong hand, they're going to maximize theirs. So you have to take the opportunity when it comes. So the hand I'm discussing today with John McLeod of Pagart.com is one I call the one where I should have got way more points. Now, just so we're clear as well, because John and I keep bouncing between usernames and real names, Pagart 2020 is John McLeod, Chicken Duck, that's me, Aaron Rashad, Bedward is Lukash, and Hradman in real life is called Martin. This next hand, as we were saying before, the main thing I'm wondering with this one is actually more sort of at the start when we were bidding, whether we should have announced more.
Well, let's look at that.
Mm-hmm. All right. So you bid 3, so I know where the Pagart is straight away.
Yeah, stop.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what's your thinking here?
Well, I mean, there's 2 things I can just pass, and then I'm going to get called as partner anyway, or I bid 2, upping the stakes a bit. The only thing is then I don't know if you're going to be my partner.
Yes, you do, because I'm going to have to hold.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, of course. Yeah, and then that's what I did actually. I think I bid.
No, you didn't. You passed. Which
I passed.
Is
Okay.
strange.
Okay.
Why don't? Because this is a really good hand. I've opened with the Pagart. I've opened with the Pagart, and it's me. So
yeah,
I've probably got a good hand. I should have 6 trumps, a couple of big ones. And so this is a really good hand. So why don't we want it to be more expensive?
Yeah, no, that's true. I mean, thinking about it, my thinking would have simply been that because I've got the 20 anyway, I expected to be called. But yeah,
now,
obviously,
there is a possible reason for passing.
Yeah.
And the possible reason for passing is because if I get 3 cards from the Talon, I'm more likely to have an Ultimo. If you start restricting my Talon cards, then the Ultimo is less likely. But then on the other hand, we haven't got the lead, and we've just got so many high trumps, and you can expect me to have a high trump or 2 as well. So anyway, I would have bid 2 with that, and then Pagart holds, and then I think there's a good case for you then bidding 1 to get it even higher, because the other question is, would you rather play with the 19 or the Pagart? They're in different hands.
That's true.
And maybe you'd rather play with the 19. Catch the Pagart.
Although, is it a safe guess if knowing you, if you've bid with the Pagart, generally you'd only do that if you had a long run of Tarokks.
Yeah, but you've got a good chance of catching the Pagart, even if I've got a long run of trumps. I mean, I'm not going to get so many cards. Well, I suppose if you bid 1, I'm going to pass. So I'll get 2 cards from the Talon. So I suppose your worry is that I'll end up with 8 or 9 Tarokks by that method.
So if I press go, and then I pass,
Anyway, I think there's a good case for bidding there, but there's also a case for not bidding, which is that you're making the Ultimo more likely.
Yeah, because ultimately in this hand, that's sort of where we got to, where it was trying to work out if I could help you make.
The problem with this configuration is that you can't easily show that you've got both high honors.
Yeah.
Unless, now stop there. Now suppose that I'd been successful, which would mean that I would have announced 8 or 9 trumps. What would you have done then?
Probably 4 kings or high game. 4 kings, maybe not, because I'm holding 2 of them.
No, I'll tell you what you must do. Well, you announce Trull, obviously.
Yeah, I definitely announce Trull. Yeah.
If I've got 8 or 9 trumps, you must announce Ultimo.
Okay.
Because that tells me that you must have the top 2 in order to deduce that I have the Pagart.
Yeah, I see. Okay, that's fairly logical.
That's something that I only spotted. I didn't know. I only learned that a couple of years ago from one of the Hungarians.
And so how often do the Hungarians announce Ultimo without actually holding it themselves?
Well, as often as they get a hand like this, which isn't all that common.
So you really can only do it if you've got both of the high honors and you know your
Well,
partner.
you need to be able to know, because you've got to know somehow that your partner's got the pagat.
Yeah.
So it can also happen if you've got, the other time it can happen is if there's been, well, we really need a hand like this to look at, but if suppose you've been invited and you call the 19, say, and suppose you've got a high honor, but you've only got 4 Tarokks, so you haven't got quite enough to announce Trull. So you call the 19 and pass, and it goes around to your partner, and your partner announces, say, 9 Tarokks and Trull. Then you know they must have the pagat, because they can only do that if they've got both the other honors, because they don't know about your honor. If they haven't got the pagat, then for all they know, your honor might be the pagat.
Yeah.
So that's another case where you can prove that your partner has the pagat. And then you're expected to announce Trull. So let's say we're doing that. So you're the declarer. You've called the 19 by invitation and passed, but you've got 4 reasonably good trumps. So you've got skis 17, 15, 3 or something. So it's not enough quite to announce Trull first. But then when it gets to your partner, he says 9 Tarokks and Trull. He must have both the 21 and the pagat. If you had the 21 and not the pagat, he could think that you hadn't not announced Trull because you had the pagat. So the Trull announcement wouldn't make sense. So if he announces Trull, you now know that he's got 9 Tarokks with the 21 and the pagat. You've got 4 Tarokks, that's 13 between you. You've got the Trull, so you can announce the ultimo for him. He can't announce it himself at that point because he doesn't know how weak your hand is.
Yeah.
If you just had the skis singleton, you wouldn't announce the ultimo because there's too many trumps with the opposition. But it's your job to decide. He's told you by saying Trull and 9 Tarokks, and maybe he says something else as well, but he's told you all about his hand, so it's your decision whether to go for the ultimo.
And looking at
the other case, that's the other case in which it happens.
Okay.
Sorry, yes, go on.
That's right. No, so with this hand, just at first glance, to me, it doesn't look anywhere near strong enough that I'd be expecting Volat to be a possibility at this stage either, would it?
Well, it's not far off, because you know that I've got 6 trumps at least, plus any I've picked up from the Talon. You've got 7, so that's 13.
Yep.
There's a pretty good chance I've got the 19 because I've opened with the pagat. If I haven't got the 19, I've probably got the 18 and the 17 or high ones. So at least we're looking at high game, I would have thought.
Yeah. Well, with me,
because we've got. So how many trumps have they got? So if the worst case, which is actually what we're in, is where you've got, or almost the worst case, you've got 7 trumps, I've got 6, that's 13. So they've got 9 trumps between them. And we know we're taking 3 tricks, so we're taking 6 of their 9 trumps out, and then they've got 3 trumps left between them. So, you know, on a bad day, you might not make high game if all the outstanding trumps are in one hand. I made a mistake in the play as well, I'll tell you.
That's all right. Let's hit go and see what happens. Because ultimately, all that we announced was I announced Trull.
Yeah, because I can't announce anything because your Trull could just be based on the 21 for all.
Yeah. Well, that's
and I don't trust them and I can't rely on them saying contrary to the Trull.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, no one contradicted anything. And I remember when we finished this hand, that was sort of trying to work out, when you realize in hindsight it was a really, really strong hand, trying to decide if we should have announced 4 kings or high game on the.
I mean, 4 kings is, the games are 1, and 4 king high game is easier than 4 kings. You can lose 4 kings on the first trick through them leading a heart.
Correct.
Or a club. But you could still probably make high game.
Yeah.
Because they'd be then a trump weaker.
Yeah.
It's an interesting decision here. Now you've decided that you want me to have the lead. I wonder why.
It's too long ago for me to remember, but this works.
Stop. Now I have to lead the 19 there.
Yep.
To warn you that I've bid on the pagat.
Right.
because you might not, because we still might be, for me, we're still in the world where you might have only one high honor.
Yeah.
If I've got a high honor, I should lead a low trump. So if I've bid on the pagat and we don't, and you might not know that yet, I make an unusual lead. And leading a high trump in that situation is unusual. And also, it's a good start to catching the 21 if you've got the skis and you're trying to catch Edward's 21. I'm thinking. So I'm kind of hoping that I'm thinking of this at the moment as a 21 catch.
Yeah.
Since we've got. Now you played, which trump did you?
I think I played the 10 under this.
No, under the 19. What did you play under the 19?
I played my lowest, which was, I'd have to go back. It was, I think, the 6 or the 7.
Yeah, can we go? Because this is okay. If it's the 6 or 7, so this was a mistake that I made, or it was me not trusting you sufficiently.
Yeah, it was the 6 when I look back. Yeah.
Okay, so let's just go back to that.
Yeah.
So
I've gone back too far.
Yeah, it's okay.
That's right. So the first trick, spade.
I take it. And you see, you playing the 3 under my 4 also makes me think that that you're trying for a catch.
Right, that I'm trying for a catch. Yeah, of course.
I mean, you would do that if you were trying for a catch. But anyway, I've got to lead the 19 to 6. I've got the pagat, so I do that.
Yeah.
Now, when you play the 6, this should tell me you're not going for a catch.
Yeah.
Because if you were going for a catch, you'd have played the 13.
Yeah, I'd be going down from my highest one.
Therefore, I should now lead a low trump.
Okay.
But I'm still playing for the catch, and I shouldn't be.
Yeah. So basically,
so I didn't trust your 6 to be a signal that you had both, that you weren't trying to catch.
Which is fair enough. I'm not the most reliable player in situations like that.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. You should trust your partner, because even if your partner's a lunatic or a beginner, it's so embarrassing when you don't trust them, and then it turns out that they've thought about the thing really carefully and done the right thing, and you've screwed it up by just not believing them.
So to clarify though, for someone who's a beginner, if you hold the skis and you are shooting for a 21 catch, what you do is lead from, like, discard your trumps, the highest trump you can on any given trick, until you're
not the highest you can. It's often quite good to keep a couple of big ones. So if you say you had the just the skis and the 20.
Yeah.
Oh well, it wouldn't be okay. Well, big case in this case, because if you played the 20, you take the trick. But it's what the Hungarians say is that it's good to keep the skis and one other high trump.
Okay.
Because then at the end you can take the trick with the lower trump and then lead the skis. At a situation where your partner might have run out and might not be able to give you the next trump lead.
Yeah.
But what you do is you play your trumps in downward order.
Yeah.
Okay, you're catching the 21. Probably starting round about 13 or whatever is convenient.
Yeah. And then that's a pretty clear signal to your partner.
Yeah, because it's signal that you're trying to stay off lead.
Yeah. So if you're going 13, 11,
signal, and it's also a come on signal to carry on leading trumps.
Yeah. Okay. The level of meta knowledge.
I'm worrying about your 21 here.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, are we catching it? Are we losing it? What's going on? It looks like you're trying to drop the 21, but he hasn't even got another one. So now what's just keeping me in suspense here. Now I can see that I haven't got enough trumps to make the ultimate. So
okay. I think that was the point where I worked out that they didn't have many trumps left.
This is me thinking to play the pagat, so I've played it. It's good. Now you've counted trumps, so you know that what's going on. This is all a bit lucky. I've got the 15 there, and my last trump should have been smaller than yours to make this work correctly. See, we only made Falat because my card happened to be a club. To be a different suit, they would have won those last 2 tricks.
Okay.
So actually, I don't think you should have led your 13 when you did.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think you should know that I've still got a trump.
Mm-hmm.
I'm supposed to have 6.
Mm.
So you should leave one of your kings.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's safer. And then if I trump it,
Mm-hmm.
then you can trump the return and make your other king.
Yeah.
Whereas the way you played it, you gave me the lead, and then we lost. You've got no control over what happens next.
Yeah. We were just lucky that
those last 2 tricks.
Mm. We were just lucky that the pip card that you had happened to be one of my kings and
Exactly,
not
yes.
Edward's king. Yeah.
Yes.
Or
we should have got a lot more than 5 out of that.
Yeah.
Because we
Is
should
that
have
a case
been,
we should have
been
announced?
a higher number, you see.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, okay, given that, I mean, we certainly we should have been in high game, I think.
Yeah.
In which case we would have got 4 for the game, so we'd have got an extra 4,
Mm-hmm.
and then we'd have got 9.
Mm-hmm.
If you'd taken the route of bidding up
Mm-hmm.
and called my 19,
Mm-hmm.
then it would have been you announcing Troll, and I'd have known you had both the high honours.
Mm-hmm.
So then we could have. Oh, so if you'd gone up to 1, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
if you bid 2 and then 1,
Mm-hmm.
then announced Troll, then we'd have known where the honours were.
Yeah.
Probably played a bit better, and we would have made the high game.
Mm-hmm.
So in that case, we would have made 4 times 3 is 12 for the high game.
Mm-hmm.
2 for the Troll is 14, and if you make Valat, that's another 9. So it would have been like 23.
Yeah.
We'd announced 4 kings, 25. So we could have made a lot more points.
We could have made at least 5 times as much as what we did. Yeah. Well, that's all right. Educational. I hope you enjoyed that talk with John. Again, if you ever want to practice some Hungarian Tarokk or any other traditional card games, or you just want to hang out and chat with other people who are into all that kind of thing, send me an email on learntarotcardgames@gmail.com and I'll invite you to our Discord. See you then.